Hello, welcome to PVD Now and Then. A little history, a little architecture, a lot of walking around. I'm Mike Ferguson. Today we're talking about the Point Street Bridge, that lovely riveted construction bridge that sits roughly halfway between the Hurricane Barrier and the pedestrian bridge and does what it's been doing for nearly 100 years, connecting the Jewelry District to the east side and Fox Point. And here it is, the Point Street Bridge as it appears today. Built in 1927, the design is known as a Warren Truss design, which combines compression and tension. And no, I don't really know what that means precisely, but I think it means pushing and pulling at the same time or something like that. It's also a swing span bridge, meaning it was designed to pivot so boats could pass. I've read that this is the third Point Street Bridge, but I think that depends on what your definition of bridge is. I prefer to think of it as Bridge C. Built in 1927, the same year construction was completed on the Industrial Trust building, aka Superman. Bridge A was built in 1872 and it was an iron bowspring bridge. The center bow, which is the section that pivoted for boats, was 250 feet long. The shore spans were 145 feet long each, and they also had bowspring construction, and this is how you identify which bridge you're looking at in a photo, the three arches. Bridge A was altered in 1907 to become Bridge B, as I call it. It's not reflected here in my highly professional sketches, but the swing span was also lengthened by 35 feet in 1907. And the shore spans were also replaced in 1907, no longer having the arch. So again, this is how you identify which bridge you're looking at in a photo. Three arches versus just the one arch in the middle. Of course, there have been bridges upriver connecting the neck with Wabassett side going back very early in the history of Providence. But as the city expanded south and was very prosperous after the Civil War, it seemed like a bridge was needed further south. And so the first Point Street Bridge, Bridge A, was built in 1872. And as I said, it's a swing span bridge, meaning the center section pivoted so boats could pass, as depicted here in my highly technical drawing. Here we see work being done on the pivot mechanism, though it's unclear if we're looking at construction of the original pivot in 1872 or the pivot being refurbished or refitted in preparation for the placement of Bridge C in 1927. Maybe someone can tell by the boat in the background which is more likely, so leave a comment. Also, please remember to like and subscribe and yada 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 YouTube stuff. This is the 1872 Bridge A swing span being moved into place on a barge. And here we have a drawing of the center swing span for Bridge A. Okay, so this is one of the only photos of Bridge A in place that I have seen. A note, we know this is Bridge A because the shore span has a bowspring. And now no bowspring or arches on the shore spans, the two ends of the bridge. So we're looking at Bridge B now, the modification made to Bridge A in 1907 when the bridge was 35 years old. Also, look at all the cool cars. This should be the Crawford Street Bridge, I think, approximately. And Bridge B again from very nearly the same perspective, but at night in a hand painted photograph, probably taken from the Bennigan building. This image is unique in that it shows the bridge actually pivoted, open for boats. It's the only image I've seen where the bridge is pivoted. Cars and wagons crossing Bridge B, probably not too long after it was modified in 1907. The sign to the left indicates the speed limit on the bridge is 4 miles an hour. Bridge B again, this time from the south. The photo is labeled 1926. The year before, this bridge would be replaced by Bridge C, the bridge we know and love today. This is Bridge C, the current Point Street Bridge, being floated out over the pivot mechanism at high tide. As the tide went out, the new swing span settled into the pivot. Cars crossing the same Point Street Bridge we crossed today, the only difference being that the bridge we're looking at in the photo would pivot, swing open for boats. The bridge no longer does that and hasn't done that since 1959. Here we have Bridge C again from the north with a very different riverfront than what we know today in the foreground. This is an aerial photo again from the north, and you can see the very early stages of construction for the I-95 bridge in the spot where the pedestrian bridge is today. I threw this photo in because, hey, Schlitz bottling plant. Also, you get to see the wooden pier that extends out from the pivot under the bridge in good condition compared to how it looks today. Okay, I know this is supposed to be about the Point Street Bridge, but I couldn't resist a few photos of the freeway bridge arriving, mostly because the Point Street Bridge was 30 years old when the freeway bridge was built. The Point Street Bridge was 80 years old when the freeway bridge was demolished and will turn 100 in just 6 years. Anyway, you can see the piers for the freeway bridge where the pedestrian bridge is now, using the same piers. Ditto the previous picture, this one from the west, and some additional progress on the freeway bridge. Freeway bridge complete, and boy, was it ugly. So I'm sneaking this one in. Point Street Bridge, yeah, Bridge C in the distance, but some interesting stuff in the middle and foreground. Note the parking lot in the ice rink spot, the absence of a Water Place Park, uh, so many railroad tracks. There's no Billmore parking garage, the outlet buildings, Narragansett Hotel. Uh, let's see, Soldiers and Sailors is in the middle of Exchange Place / Kennedy Plaza, and this blank spot, this gap here to the left of Superman. So that's it, my little video on the Point Street Bridge, which I walk across as often as I can. Not that I have anything against our lovely pedestrian bridge. I usually try and cross them both in the same walk. So thank you for watching. Take care, everyone. Stay safe, but keep walking.